This ABC 15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi, I'm Nick Soletti here with a quick look at your top headlines from ABC15 Arizona. 4 million doses of the COVID vaccine have now been administered across Arizona. Almost half of all adults in Arizona getting at least one dose of this vaccine. Developing this weekend, states across the country are preparing for a massive drop in supplies of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. We know it's set to plummet some 85% after millions of doses were contaminated at a Baltimore plant. Our neighbors in California already impacted, set to have tens of thousands of vaccines less than they had planned for this week. Well, right now, our state health director says the shortage will not have an impact on the rollout of the vaccine in our state, but it's not clear yet if reduced manufacturing is going to have a ripple effect down the road. This isn't the first time Johnson & Johnson has made headlines this week with its vaccine. Several states stopped offering the vaccines after a small number of people actually experienced some reactions. Medical experts in our state saying the benefits of this vaccine still outweigh any risk.
Right now, we would still encourage you to take any of the vaccines that are available to you. If we're encouraging everyone to get vaccinated, and Johnson & Johnson is one of those that we would encourage you to get.
Now, the Johnson & Johnson shot is the newest vaccine given emergency use authorization in Arizona. Some people actually preferring it because it's a single shot compared to the 2 shots with Pfizer and Moderna. Well, one of America's most wanted on the run now for 20 years.
I would say it's been long enough. He needs to come in.
The case of Robert Fischer has haunted law enforcement for decades, but they're vowing not to give up on their mission to track him down. Robert Fischer is accused of murdering his whole family before disappearing. Tonight marks the 20th anniversary of this case, and the mystery remains. Scottsdale Detective John Heinzelman, now the lead investigator in this case. He says tips still come in almost every single day.
You have to remember, everybody's 20 years older. So Robert Fischer will turn 60 in April. That's the first thing. He was a 40-year-old man when those photographs, and he was actually younger than that in the pictures.
There is still a $100,000 reward in this case for finding Robert Fischer. Detectives say the case has not gone cold. 20 years later, ABC 15 taking a deeper look with extensive coverage and digital exclusives, including a photo gallery of all of the case photos. It's on abc15.com/Robert Fischer. You can check it out right now. Meantime, families in Pinal County's Dudleyville community can go back to their homes right now after the Margot fire forced them to evacuate earlier this week. The fire destroying several buildings. As of Saturday night, we know the fire is about 50% contained, according to officials on the ground. Tributes are pouring in right now for Prince Philip. Queen Elizabeth's husband died Friday at the age of 99. They were married 73 years. The UK now in an official 8-day period of mourning. The funeral will be next Saturday at St. George's Chapel in Windsor. I want to show you some new video tonight of a volcanic eruption. This is happening in the Caribbean. It was inactive for decades. Smoke now pouring in from the volcano on St. Vincent. Ash covers towns around the islands. We know that cruise ships have been brought in to help people evacuate, like this Royal Caribbean ship, where the crews are preparing beds, food, and supply to make sure that everybody stays safe.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Allison Rodriguez with that most accurate forecast on this Saturday, where so far we have reached 94 degrees, a whole 10 degrees higher than where we should be for this time of year, and 6 degrees shy of that record that was set back in the 80s. So we'll be glad for that, but certainly wishing that we were seeing those 80s, which we may see in that 7-day forecast. Overnight, we're going to see temperatures dropping into the low 50s in Sedona, with 40s in Prescott and Payson, more low 40s in Heber through Show Low as well. Only going to get a couple of freezes tonight, the Grand Canyon, Flagstaff through Window Rock. 50 overnight in Kingman, and we're going to see here in the valley those overnight lows dropping into the 60s. So it should be a mild start to your Sunday, and then you can see those highs tomorrow going to be another above average day. But as we look at your 7-day forecast, you are going to notice some breezes as we track a system that will bring our temperatures back into the 80s by Tuesday.
This ABC 15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.